Hey y'all, welcome back to another video here on Sharon's Nail Boutique. I am your host, Sharon, and this is another hashtag before and after amazing Halloween fallish type set. I really hope you guys enjoy this one. So I'm just using my Band-Aid to go on all 10 of those nails real quick. I'm also using my No Lift Nails Acid Base Primer. And as you guys know, with an acid base, you want to wait till it is near dry to go in with your acrylic bead. And I just do this 2 coats, second coat right before acrylic, well, not right before, but when it dries. And we're doing our thin clear base using our Mia Secret, and we're using our number 12 oval pinched holographic handle brush. I get this from AliExpress. I'll leave the link for you in the description index below, guys. So we're just gonna go on all 10 of these nails with that thin clear base. And we're just gonna continue to do our thin clear base until we start laying our chocolate brown metallic color. Yeah, because I love this color so much. So yeah, don't quit your day job, Sharon. Just continue to do nails. So we're gonna do, after we're done doing this, we're just gonna go in with our brown color and start the base of our ombre. Yes, and I'm just showing you all the stuff that I'm using. So this product is called Today's Product. You'll hear me say the name several times throughout this video because I forget things that I use, of course. Yeah, so don't mind that, guys. So I always like to start off at that top joint area, the 3/4 of the way up usually, so I could get a nice thin blend up there. And I could, as you can see, I don't need a lot. This color spreads out very nicely. So that's what I love about the metallic pigments. They are very rich in color and they spread out very nicely like butter. It's just very easy to get a nice, thinness. Not super thin, but a nice thinness. So when we come in to encapsulate, it's not going to be a super duper thick ass nail. And this client in particular, one of my favorite people, all-time favorite people. So this is my girl. I love her so much. And she actually is my favorite client. Very, very good friend of mine. So I'm actually using, these are my colors, guys. So the only color I'm using from a brand is Glam and Glitz Sepia from their Color Blend 3 collection. And it's a beautiful nude, more light in complexion. I got a few of them actually in the Glam and Glitz Color Blend 3 collection. Lots of nudes in that collection. Very pretty nudes. Lots of pretty reds and oranges. A couple blues, some purples. Very pretty collection. I really want to go back and get the other ones. But I'm using this. This is my brown chocolate metallic acrylic that I made years ago. And I just love the consistency on these acrylics because the pigment, I don't know if it's a pigment per se or if it's what I mixed it with my Mia Secret Clear, that's it. But definitely think it's the pigment. It just gives it this rich, chocolatey, satiny, it literally looks like melted milk chocolate going on the nail, and I just love it. And she loves this color. Like, this is not the first time that we've used this brown on her. She loves this chocolate acrylic. We actually did a set, I don't know if you guys remember the Hershey's ombre set that I did a while back, but this is the same brown that we used in that set, and it's so pretty, and it goes on like butter. It just is so smooth in its application. And maybe a lot of that has to do with the pigment itself because it's a metallic pigment. I just find that with these like metallic colors, they spread so easily and you don't need a lot to do it. So we're skipping the pointer finger there because we're going to be doing marbles on the pointer finger, and on the ring finger on the opposite hand. So I'll come in at the end and do those last. So just kind of, you know, doing our free edge for right now, getting the brown laid down on all these fingers that we're doing the ombres on, and then we'll move on to our marble, just blending that joint line so that we don't have that harsh kind of step up when we come in with our nude. It just kind of blends seamlessly. And obviously you're gonna need, you know, a couple beads of your nude because this is a darker color underneath, so it's gonna take a couple beads to cover that joint line a little bit. Also, some point, a tip and trick for you: if you want to cover it in less than a couple beads, dry out the back of your bead a little bit, push it up, mold it into place around the cuticle, and only pull down that bottom portion. So this is the part that I wanted to point out to you guys. If you can see on the middle finger here, that looks like mold, but I promise you it's not. It's actually her nail itself lifted from the nail bed, and now all that skin underneath is getting like kind of moisture trapped into it and stuff like that. That's why it looks discolored. So this is one of the things I wanted to discuss with you guys and show you, because this is one of those things that can happen when you don't take sets off and, you know, just let your nails breathe for a little while. This is what could happen. Or if you don't use your treatments on a consistent basis, like on a daily basis. So that's partly one of the reasons why I left this in for you, because I just wanted to show you guys what can happen and what does occur. So that being said, I hope that you guys don't take offense to me leaving this in the video for you guys. I just purely kind of kept it in as an educational tool, and hopefully I don't get too harsh of comments, because I have in the past for leaving this type of thing in a video before, but it's reality, guys. So yeah. Just fixing that color, making it a little darker. I can't stop like just loving on this chocolate brown color. It's just so nice looking being spread on the nail. Just love doing ombres with colors like this because it just makes the process that much easier. Let me know what you guys think about these nails, and don't be too harsh, guys. I mean, constructive criticism is always welcome. Let me know if you have any advice for me or anything, like what would you do in this situation, how would you go about things, and would you be brave enough to share? I mean, listen, I love doing nails of all kinds. I do not discriminate. Just let me know what you think. Like, would you go ahead and do nails? Because like, this is not live, what would you call it, like open flesh skin. It's dead already. So how do you feel about doing nails over nails like that? Like, are you totally against it? How would you go about that? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, like I said, guys, don't be too harsh on me. Like, this is a really, really good friend of mine. I love her so much. Don't be too harsh, guys. I've been doing her nails for a very long time now. When she came to me, she came from a place that was not taking care of her nails. And if you can believe it, they were much worse than what they are now. So yes, please do not be too harsh, guys. So I love this is one of my very best friends, and I love her so much. We have such great conversation, and this day in particular we had amazing conversation. So we're going in here with a marble, and I just love doing marble nails now, especially because now that I've kind of perfected my method of doing it, I really love the challenge. And so I go in with my colors. Usually I I leave like the lighter color for the biggest bead. And I guess I had pressed pause when my phone had stopped for some reason when that happened. So I go in now with a bigger bead of the nude and then a little bit smaller beads of the other colors, and I'll clean my brush and swirl it to a point and then swirl it through each other, and that makes for like the bestest, in my opinion, marble. Now, let me know how you guys go about getting your marbles. And then I'm gonna take some of my burgundy glitter from, I think the brand is Today's Best or Today's Special. I got it from a nail supply place in Connecticut. So I'm just adding a little more to the top here because I felt like it was like too much brown on top. So I just wanted to add a couple of the other colors up there. And then I'll swirl some of the glitter throughout. In this part, you just got to be careful because when you grab your small, really wet bead of clear and pick up your glitter, it kind of tends to pick up kind of a lot at first. So you just want to, I usually dab it out on my towel and I'll go into it like you see me doing here. And just adding that to some of those veins there. And when you see me doing up at that cuticle area, you saw how I was being like really thin around those edges and then leaving most of the bulk through the center. Keep that in mind, guys, because when you come back in to encapsulate this, you don't want to, in the end, cut through your glitter or anything like that. So it's really important to just really pay attention to how I'm laying my beads, how I'm placing them, how I'm using my brush. See how I get it real thin up there? That's really, really important. I'm just starting off my colors for the marble. So now I go back in with sepia, the chocolate, milk chocolate, and my metallic burgundy, and I clean the tip of my brush, bring it to a point so I can swirl those in together and go around those sidewall areas, making sure that the color is up as close as I can get it without touching the skin. Go back in with my sepia, the milk chocolate, and the burgundy, and start swirling again. And just keep repeating the process, guys. Every time you lay those colors, clean out the brush and roll it to a point at the tip so you can get those colors on there nicely. So now we're going in with our sepia to blend over the ombre part. You're just pushing that up as close as we could get it, then pulling down the rest. Now you see how I kind of took that bead a little too wet. So because of that, I wasn't able to really cover that brown blend line. So we're just gonna grab another bead, and I think I grabbed like 2 more beads, and just so I could blend it better over that brown blend line. So I push up, then I pull down on that bottom portion. That's what I was telling you guys about. So you don't want to be pulling from the top part of the bead. You want to be pulling, once you place that around the cuticle and everything, I'll show you once again. So dry it out, place it, push it up and around, and then pull down from the bottom. And then I move on. Now your blend is not going to be 100% perfect every single time, but you can get it near perfect and it'll look just as good. Don't worry. You see how I got that in and around that cuticle area, and then I started pulling from the bottom portion? That's really important, guys, to keep that in mind when you're doing your ombres, because you don't want to be pulling from the top portion of your bead and ruining the shape around that cuticle, because we just worked hard getting that into place to begin with. You see what I'm saying? So we're gonna be coming back in to encapsulate these, so you don't have to add a lot up there, just enough to get that whole ombre vibe going. little bit more over that because I just don't like when you could see like the dark blend line through the nude. So I move on to the middle finger now. I'm happy with that one, and just repeat the same process, guys. So this literally, it's just all about practicing until you know, perfect it. And that's all you can do, you know. Practice makes perfect, as they say, and that's so true. Just keep it up, guys. Don't give up. Like, this is one of those things that, yes, it gets like, oh, I just want to get it already. But, you know, like with anything else worth achieving or accomplishing in life, it takes time. And anything worth doing or anything worth anything is gonna be, you know, hard to achieve. But that's what makes it so much better and worthwhile. The fact that you work so hard to achieve it. The fact that maybe you had people doubting you along the way and now you've proved them wrong. Like, these are all things that are just awesome accomplishments, guys. And to learn and really get acrylic down packed, you need to be proud of yourself for that, because this is not something that's easy. It's not easy at all. So anyone that takes this on and learns it, I give you guys a lot of credit, because this takes a lot of patience. My sisters tell me all the time they don't know how I do it because of how much patience it takes. And sometimes you get clients that are super picky and super bitchy, and you know, that's okay. You just have to, it comes with the territory, like with any job, you know, just like working in a restaurant or anywhere. You're gonna get people that aren't the best, but you know, it's about the customer. The customer is always right, and that's how it is in business. You know, they drive your business, so they're right. You know, that doesn't mean that you always have to agree, but I mean, me and this client in particular, we have amazing conversations, and we don't always agree on everything, but the dialogue is what's key, especially nowadays, guys. Especially with everything we're going through now, we need to show our kids that as adults we can come together for their sake, at least, and have that dialogue, have those uncomfortable conversations. Because if we don't, our kids after us aren't going to do it either, because they weren't taught. I mean, they can only do and pass on what they learn. So if we're not teaching them the very basics that we learned as children, how do we expect them to be successful? Or, I mean, they're not even teaching our kids in school cursive anymore. So these are all things that we have to take on our own, unfortunately, and be the ones to step up and be like, you know what? No, my kid is learning this, and whether they're teaching it in school or not, I'm going to teach it to my kids. So we just have to be mindful of that, because kids pick up on everything that we do nowadays. They're watching us, and this is like one of the most important times, if not the most important time, to come together as a nation and really just stand up as one. So moving on from that corny eulogy. Sorry, guys. Just finishing up these nails and going in with the sepia, making sure that I'm, you know, keeping that area up near the cuticle clean, and using the toe of my brush to do that. I love this brush. One of my favorite brushes, actually, besides my aquarium one. I don't really use that one too much anymore, because I like the tip of this brush a lot. Makes it really easy to come in and around the cuticle area. So I think I add one more bead right on that side area. Yeah. And then I'll blend that down, and I believe I move on after that. Yep. So when we're done with this, I encapsulate off camera, and then we'll come back in and do the top coating, and that's it, guys. I really hope that you like this video. I worked really hard on these nails, just partly because of how her nails are doing at this point, but I really hope you guys liked them. I hope that it gave you fall vibes like it did for me, and hopefully I inspired something in you guys to create your own fall set. But I hope that you guys like this color, and anyone that's new here that hasn't yet subscribed, please don't forget to do so. It would mean a great deal to me to have your support, and I always show love back to all my subscribers. I always subscribe back to all of them. So yeah, feel free to comment below, guys. Any comments, questions, concern, pop them below. I'd like to hear from you guys. I like to talk to you guys. So let me know what you think of this set. Let me know what you think of, you know, what's going on with her nails right now. And if you were in my position, like, what would you guys do? Let me know that below, because sometimes I don't always know if I should proceed or not. But I don't want to make any of my clients unhappy, you know. As long as I tell them the consequences of what could happen, I feel good about that. So let me know what you guys think below. I love you guys all so much. I hope you enjoy the pictures I left you at the end. And to all my returning subbies, thank you so much for coming back and watching. And I love you guys. I will see you in my next one. Enjoy the top coating. Bye, guys.